All right, friends, welcome to our meditation time. I invite you just to settle in, just allow your gaze to soften or your eyes to close, and just let your body come to stillness. Just really allow all the doing, all the going, all the things to just stop for just a few minutes and give yourself permission to just be. We live really busy lives, and it truly takes effort for us to stop. And so I want you just to honor the fact that you've done that today. You've given yourself permission to stop. And so just settle into the stopping and just breathe. Just a slow breath in and a slow breath out. And just finding a gentle rhythm of how the breath feels good for you. And before we really settle into our minutes that we'll share together, I want to just really honor the fact of this stopping. I've shared recently just this idea that when we learn to stop, when we learn to rest and be still, once we get back up and once we re-engage with the activity of life, you'll start to notice that colors get more vibrant. You'll start to notice that the going is a little sweeter. You notice the textures, and so just really honor, this is not just about the stopping. It's about changing our experience once we finish and we move from this space. And so let's just settle into some breath together. So just take a nice, slow, deep breath in. And then let that go. And a slow breath in. And sigh it out. And breathing in. And one more out. And then use that unifying breath of all of us together to just settle into your rhythm. Breathing in and breathing out. And as we are on the cusp of a really busy time of the year, regardless of if or how you celebrate, there are only a few minutes or a few days left in this calendar year. There's Christmas for many, there's New Year's for others, but no matter how or if you celebrate, the year will end and a new one will come. It's just part of this rhythm of life. It's sort of like the phases of the moon, they come. And so what I'd like us to do today is just really first and foremost honor the fact that here we are in a busy time of the year, and we've chosen to stop. We've chosen to show up. So just really feel what that's like on your physical body. Feel what it's like in your mind. Feel what it's like in your spirit. Even in the midst of the busy, you choose to stop. You choose to show up for you. And there's a lot of different themes that we could talk about. There's a lot of different things that we could sit with and reflect on. But what I'd like us to do together, collectively, is sit with the hard parts of this time of the year. Because no matter what your faith is, no matter what your belief system is, no matter what your culture and your celebrations are, one thing that unites all of us together is that our hearts hurt when there's loss in our life. It's one of those things that unifies us. We all suffer. We all feel pain. We all hurt. And what I'd like us to do for these few minutes that we have together is just first recognize for ourselves the parts of our heart that hurt today, the parts of our being that miss someone, the parts of our soul that ache. because all of that is part of us. So let's just pause. Just really honor that for these next few breaths. Look deep inside your heart and your soul and see you, even the parts that hurt. And then just keep looking around your heart, looking around your soul. And let that mind's eye just land on something that makes you smile. Something that brings you joy. Something that might be sitting right there beside the part that hurts. But again, just kind of peer in your heart and your soul and see something that brings you joy. Something that helps you to feel lighter. Something a little less heavy. And as you see those two parts of us, don't see them in competition or these dualistic ways of being, but truly see them right there together as a part of you. As I embark upon holiday seasons, there is always a space in my heart that aches. And the beautiful thing about humanity is I know that I'm not the only one. It's one more reminder of how similar we all are. We go through life, we read the news, we hear the social media, and all it tells us is how different we are. It tells us about the things that separate us, but in this moment, when you notice that achy part of your heart that hurts, realize there are billions of us who ache as well. And let that bring you comfort. And then right next to that achy part of my heart, the thing that just makes me pause and take a deep sigh when the holidays come, I also have parts that make me smile. I have things that without fail, when I pause and I take the time to think of them and to see them, I can't help but smile. And again, it's a reminder of this unifying force of humanity, that there are billions of others just like me and like you who have things in our life that bring us joy. But what I'd like us to do is not just recognize those for these minutes that we're sharing. What I'd like us to do is see them together. Don't discount the parts that hurt by covering them up with the joy. Let's see them exist side by side. I cannot think of a better way to end one calendar year and begin another than by embracing the whole us. Embracing the parts that ache. Embracing the parts that smile and sometimes laugh so hard that your belly hurts a little bit. See them together. And as we each just sit in our own space, just looking into our heart, realize what important parts of the journey these things play. We're not meant to rush through any of them, the good or the hardships. We're also not meant to attach to them and get stuck in any of them, the good or the hardships. What we're meant to do is what we're doing right here. showing up in this present moment, taking in a breath of vibrant life, and being grateful for all the parts of us. And so I really want to just reflect in these last days of 2024, each time we show up together, on something else that we can be grateful for. And today, it's the parts of our heart that ache and miss someone. And it's the parts of our heart that smile and feel light with joy. And so what I would encourage us to do is I'm going to get quiet and we'll each just sit in our space, being with ourselves, not rushing off to do the list, rushing off to take care of the things, but truly spending time with ourselves, seeing the whole us, embracing it all. So just continue to breathe slow, steady, nourishing breaths. I will sit with me, and you sit with you. And as we each continue to breathe, I want to share with you one of my most favorite mudras, one of my most favorite hand gestures in yoga. Mudras are these energetic things that we do with our hands that connect to our energy flow, that connect to our spirit, that connect to how we show up in the world. And so just listen, and maybe you can visualize it. Maybe you do it with me. But I thought this one would be so appropriate for this idea of embracing all the parts of us, all the things that just kind of rumble around in our hearts. It's a fierce mudra. And so I would invite you, if it feels right, just to put your left hand in the center of your chest, right on your heart, or just imagine my hand on my heart. And then just take your right hand and just hold it up, almost like you're raising your hand to something. Just put it right there at kind of heart level. And just begin to press on your heart and then spread those right fingers wide. And just imagine this fierce mudra. That left hand is this kind of conduit of all the things in your heart. The things that you've felt and that you've experienced, the things that make you part of humanity. And then just imagine as it flows into that left hand, as that right hand is lifted, opened up to the world. It signifies the oneness of us. My left hand covers my heart, and it touches the parts of me that hurt, and it touches the parts of me that smile. And my right hand signifies that I see you, the parts of your heart that hurt, and the parts of your heart that smile. And while we won't go probably through life holding up our hands like this, maybe sometimes in the quiet, You'll cover up your heart. You'll feel all the parts of you. The painful, sorrowful parts. The light-hearted, beautiful parts. And you'll let that other hand signify your connection to humanity. We really are the same. So you can just let your hands come to rest if you've lifted them, and just notice how you still kind of feel that little pressure right on your heart center. We are the same. And my wish, my very big wish, is as we go into this new calendar year, more of us will start to see that. More of us will start to see how similar we really all are. We'll sit alongside each other as we ache, and we will sit alongside each other as we celebrate, feeling the beautiful gift of humanity and what it means to be a part of it. So to close our practice, let's just take one more slow, deep breath in together. And exhale, just send it out across these airwaves. Just breathe it out. Take your fierce, beautiful heart. Continue to embrace all the parts of it. Continue to embrace all the parts of your story as you do. Namaste.